Okay, Adobe Illustrator. New document, I would recommend it be letter format. Then you're going to select the text tool. And you want to make sure that your fill is black. So right now mine's set to clear. And then uh, the stroke, you really don't want any stroke at all. So when you make your text, there is no outline, it's just full of black text. I would make your font size something fairly large so you can see it, and set your font to Times New Roman, which is right here. And then, well, it doesn't really matter how many letters you use. We're going to move them off to the side anyway. Just give yourself some options, or if you know exactly what you're going to use, which you should probably, uh, type those out. So let's just start with, and what would look nice with that? Let's pretend like a man. Okay, so then we're done with that. Now we need to get our selection tool and select the text we've just laid out. What we're going to do is go Object, Expand. When you go Object Expand, it's going to make it not text, it's going to make it objects, vector objects that we can manipulate. Okay. So now you can see there's all these anchor points because these are now manipulable objects. However, we don't want to keep them all locked together. As you can see, if I move them, they will all move together, which is not what we want. We want to have them all selected, and then go Object, or Object, and Ungroup. And with those ungrouped, we now have them individual, and we can resize. Make sure you're holding Shift when you resize. If you don't, it will stretch it, and that is undesirable. So hold Shift, and then you can also rotate. And with the object selected, you can go Object, Transform, and Reflect. And you can reflect it either horizontally or vertically. It's going to see what it chooses to do. I don't know what would be what in this case. There you go. Now, a word about positioning these. The reason I'm having you do Times New Roman is because it has these really elegant serifs and curves. Make sure you're using those to the best effect possible. If you want two things to smoothly transition, zoom in, make sure that they are doing that. If you want two things to line up, all right, so like I'm showing you, this would not be what we want, even if it was like that. That is sloppy. Let's see, we need to keep going bigger. I don't know. You're going to have a whole bunch of fun rearranging, lining up, playing around with this. And in the end, the better you get it, not only should your design look good from a distance, but these little details are important. Like this sort of thing right here makes a difference. Same thing with these curves. If you want the curves to be a smooth transition, you need to get them lined up just so. I've seen worse. All right, and again, if you have extra letters you don't need, you can either delete them or just move them off to the side until you're ready. And when you're all finished, I'm just going to go File, Save for Web. It will bring up this Save for Web screen. And you want to make sure you have this switched to JPEG. And make sure it says clip to artboard. This might look a little bit different on CS3, but make sure you're selecting the artboard um, rather than, well, whatever else it might be set up to. So you're actually getting the document you intended and the crop that you are intended to, and then just hit save, and it's good to go for uploading.